This conversation got really, really serious.
I know it sure did.
Yeah.
Here they come, yo. Here they come. Here they come.
This or that. This or that. This or that.
Come on, who's the black sheep? What's the black sheep? Know not who I am or when I'm coming, so you sleep. Wasn't in my realm or wasn't in your sphere. Knew not who I was, but listen here. The choice is yours.
You can get with this or you can get with that. You can get with this or you can get with that. You can get with this or you can get with that. I think you get with this because this is kind of fat.
Come on, where's the black sheep? Here's the black sheep. Even if we wanted to, the clock cannot be weak. Watch me swing like this. Why should I swing it like that? Because in fact, on me it might not attract.
This or you can get with that. You can get with this or you can get with that. You can get with this or you can get with that. I think you get with this because this is where it's at. You can get with this or you can get with that. You can get with this or you can get with that. You can get with this or you can get with that. I think you get with this because this is kind of fat.
Do, da, dippity. Come on.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. It is Black Sheep Rising. Yeah, another one. My name is Conan Soliday, and let me introduce tonight's panel. Daryl W. Perry
What's up?
of FPP.cc is here in the second chair, and back by popular demand.
Woohoo!
She is a practicing midwife. She is the hostess of Stone Farm's Bed and Breakfast in Fitzwilliam.
Very good.
Woohoo!
None other than Katie McCall. Thank you so much
Thank you for having me.
for dragging your ass out of that woods that you live in.
Yep.
We
And-
did have to send a carrier pigeon and smoke signals to get her to respond.
Yes, and the cup with the string that we had set up, I don't know what
Didn't
happened.
quite reach.
At maybe the last rainstorm we had.
The last time I went down, I took the wrong road and wound up getting stuck and lost all of the wire.
Some people have it, and some
We have the technology.
don't have the technology. And of course, General Roachfield is back in the
Your name
house.
keeps getting longer.
I'm liking that.
It is, of course, Matt Roach.
I want to wear a uniform everywhere with like lots of awards here on the lapel, and
Is your theme song.
one of those.
Promised to never come on the show ever again after I don't know what we said last time he was on, but here he is again.
Sucker.
Whatever
It was
we're
probably something you did.
whatever we're doing.
It would never be because of me.
What happened?
Daryl lured me in with cherry sours.
They're
Are
really
they- are they
good.
pretty good?
Even though they're like 7-Eleven brand.
You don't have a drop for that?
But now the forbidden fruit must be tasted.
That's a good one.
You're on it.
So what's been going, guys? It's been a while. So Katie, you had your Sundays were like stripped from you for like the longest time, and you just couldn't hang with us.
Yeah, I know. I started dating somebody, and so then I disappeared.
He has a boyfriend.
I did the whole disappear and honeymoon thing.
Oh,
That's more like Ave Maria.
It's so sweet.
Like nuns walking by in my brain.
But now, so your man has changed his schedule.
Yes.
So now you've gotten your Sundays back to come hang out with us on the.
Yeah.
Of course, it is a little bit of a drive for you. So it's still I.
Well,
I
if we're
wouldn't
coming
feel-
up for social Sundays anyway,
Yeah.
not that far.
So, and you've got some new roommate residence kind of a situation going on.
We have some people staying with us. We do.
Yeah, well, that usually happens.
And
Yeah.
chickens. You have chickens.
we have like 20 extra chickens
and
now.
ducks
And ducks.
and cats
And cats.
and a Snoopy.
And a
and
Snoopy
dogs.
dog. Yes.
Yeah. So is the pressure of dog loss off of your chest when you have all these new dogs in the.
It doesn't hurt to have Snoopy on board.
Yeah.
Snoopy's a.
And
Awesome.
and the dog loss at Stone Farm is still very, very recent. It was
Yes.
just yesterday. So
Yeah, old dogs can they're like children's.
She shuffled loose the mortal coil.
she did indeed.
Actually, I played
Quite
the wrong drop in the
gracefully.
wrong. There we go. Now that's more
That's much
that's
more
more
yes.
appropriate.
Yeah.
So speaking of ducks and farm life and all, in not 20 ducks, but you have 6 ducks,
4 ducks.
4 ducks.
We had more than that.
We had 8 ducks. Now we have 4 ducks.
Oh, wow, what got them?
I believe that 3 ducks went to the bellies of snapping turtles in the pond.
What?
Yeah. And
Who knew, right?
And then one more just died. She was gone for 3 days, and
But
then she came back and she died.
She was ornery, so I think she died
wasn't.
of bitter.
She was a crabby duck anyway. The other ones are cool.
Wow.
And then I heard that you are trying to actually crossbreed your own turducken.
We're shooting
put
first.
the-
We need to get a turkey on board, but there's a bunch of wild turkeys around, so maybe we will end up with
You
the
put the
turducken.
chickens and the ducks in the same pen to, like get 2/3 of the way there, and then
Interspecies gangbang.
Wait,
and then you will introduce the turkey after you know that the chickens and the ducks can
That's right.
breed together.
It's going to be one huge avian interspecies gangbang.
I think you're more likely to get a Hergusen.
That's fine. That's cool.
Is that like
what?
a German goose?
No, that's like Hermione. His cat keeps trying to intermix with the Canadian geese.
She was staring down some porcupines the other day too. They had like a 3-way showdown. They were just sitting there staring.
Which
at
is
each other.
crazy because this particular cat does not ever hunt anything, so she decides to go for Canadian geese and porcupines
You know what?
at her first tryout.
Yep.
It's funny that you bring that up because when we were leaving the last party, I saw my first porcupine ever
Oh, they're all over the place by our house.
in your neighbor over at your neighbor's front
You've
yard.
never seen a porcupine before?
On TV and stuff, and at zoos. I've never actually seen a live porcupine.
Okay,
walking
you
around.
didn't say in the wild. You just
I
said
just-
the first time you've ever seen a
I
porcupine.
just
I've
clarified.
never seen a live moose.
Stop yelling at me!
I just clarified.
Stop yelling.
And I don't. You know what? I don't know if
Boys,
I've
get
actually seen a
along
moose
now,
either,
Get along.
I've never seen a moose.
or mice.
You mean on TV or in the wild?
Exactly.
I've seen them on TV.
Or on a sign.
I've never seen a moose in the zoo.
Never seen a moose
Yeah,
in a
those are
ditch?
those are usually not something they have in the. There's a big old, get their horns stuck in things kind of an animal. It's-
Yeah. We saw a moose last year dead in the ditch on the way back from Walpole.
Yeah, that's the only one I've ever seen was a dead
It
one.
was huge. It had big, massive bullwinkles on it too. So
So speaking of the
Those are called
animals,
antlers.
so,
yeah.
4 ducks, and I thought they were little babies last time I saw them with like
They were.
feathers that weren't even coming out. And
They
you
were.
said you've already found a duck egg out there.
I'm on number 2 now.
So
When
and
did
it's,
that happen?
Today.
I live there.
so it's definitely not.
Yesterday, maybe.
It's definitely not like the ducks out in the lake.
No,
They are your ducks.
they're home ducks.
that's not a duck.
That's a rabbit.
I know exactly what it is.
But it still lays eggs if it's the Easter bunny.
That's right, chocolate eggs. So you're gonna get, if you're watching the video right now, we're showing Mama Rabbit.
Do they not see what
That's
we're
right,
seeing?
Slipper.
Yeah, you see,
Conan?
they see everything on this screen.
Oh, so they do.
Yep.
Right,
Oh,
but
cool.
there are some people that only listen to the audio,
Oh.
and people listening to the audio don't
And if
see
you
it.
are watching the video, I'm very carefully removing some fluff lids.
Oh, look at the baby bunnies.
Look! Oh, they're
Baby
so
bunnies.
cute. Look at the babies.
When did you get those, Conan?
There's not enough meat.
And how
on
long
those.
until you can eat them?
Yesterday, 11 weeks.
11 weeks until you can eat them.
Congratulations.
They're adorable.
Have you named them yet?
They're not getting named.
Yeah, you
not
name them
that's
and then
not
it's
how you
hard
do
to
it.
eat them.
I don't even name the
I
parents.
name my hams before I cook them.
Oh, that's right. But you're weird, Daryl.
Totally.
So here
That's why you
so
love
here
me.
their eyes are still closed, but you can see different colors. You got some. There's a black one in there somewhere.
The one looks like it's having a seizure.
Well, yes, they think mom is in there and they're looking for some nipples.
That's how they do it.
So
They
am
bounce
I, but I
around.
don't flop around like that.
They're headbanging.
You would if you didn't have eyes. You'd just be running your head all over the place, just trying to bump into some boob.
I don't know about that. I don't do that.
So yeah, they're really cute. And here's so that was video 1. And let's see what I got here.
This is like Conan Show and Tell. I love this.
Yeah, so there's Mama, and of course her nesting box is taking up almost a quarter of the pen. There's their watering 5-gallon bucket.
This is pretty high tech, dude.
Which won't work in the Christmas because
In the Christmas?
In the winter.
because Jesus will come back down and be like, "How dare you blaspheme my holiday
No,
with
that's when they'll-
your Cadbury chocolate bunnies?"
No, that's when they'll have
there was-
wine instead of
and by the way,
water.
that was Dad. And here are the
Oh, your chickens are pretty.
here are the dinosaurs down here.
Do you still have a duck living with your chickens?
No, I ate the duck.
You ate the duck?
Yeah,
When
Because
did
they're
that
yummy.
happen?
because the duck was just dirty. And there's their watering.
No, I
The
didn't
ducks
say
are
why.
filthy.
I said when.
There's their watering system right there.
Wow.
About 2 months ago.
How was the duck?
It was delicious.
Was it delicious?
And I still haven't gotten a nesting box for them. I'm getting like 5 and 6 eggs a day, and the comets. There's one Buff Orpington, and there's 5 comets, and their eggs are fucking huge, and they're delicious. They just don't hard boil well. That's it.
Hard-boiled eggs are nasty, so you shouldn't hard-boil eggs anyway.
I love hard boiled.
I like
How you
hard-boiled
going
eggs
to
too.
do egg salad and stuff? How you going to do deviled eggs?
That's right.
Exactly. So I've been baking them, and it's really done the trick. It's
Really?
made
That's cool.
I've had a couple blow-ups in the oven,
Randy Brunick does that.
and let me get this back off. So
How do you bake an egg?
You put it in
Put it
the
in the
fucking oven, and you turn the oven on
Jeez.
to 350,
Tree fitty?
and you go to town. Oh, we lost the
Click
feed.
reload.
I think.
You lost the live stream
Nope,
or you
there it
lost
is.
the people?
No, there we are.
He lost the chat room on the screen up here.
Okay.
I do that. There you see.
So yeah,
But then you
so
might want to go back up.
Small
and
coat
make
of water on the bottom of the oven.
No explode.
Thank you, Randy.
We should have Randy up to New
We have
Hampshire
a
and have
a
him
pro.
come on the show.
is that so? A little bit of water will actually humidify the oven and.
That's what Randy's saying. I've never done it before.
That's how I sterilize instruments.
Huh. Well, I know it's been. I've actually had to take the vacuum in there to vacuum
Like
all because there's
flutes?
just eggshell all over the place.
No, like scissors.
Okay, see, my brain went to this one time at band camp, and
You mean when you fucked a flute
On
or
the bottom of
something?
the pan.
I'll take that into consideration.
Silence. Daryl's not even honoring it with a response.
So we've got some stories, and we always do. There's a not sci-fi. We got the hipsters want to be hippies or something. We've also got something about otters.
Yes, I
This is
learned about
horrid.
otters.
I don't even want to know
Alright.
about this.
Now we
Hold on. So
now we talked about something similar like many episodes ago, except there was dolphins. Remember that crap?
Yes.
the puff.
I thought we were going to
pass.
save this for the end of the show.
We are.
All right, so we want to talk
And
about
we're
hipsters.
just doing a
save
teaser.
that's a surprise for later. Save that.
It would help to know when the end of the show is if the timers actually would have been started when we began the show
Son
10
of a
minutes ago.
bitch.
Jesus.
So subtract 10 minutes off of those
Okay, you can do that in your mind.
before you hit start.
39. What do we start? 20, 28?
We started at
28.
29. So subtract off 10.
Okay, that'll work.
I don't do math.
Daryl can do math because I got too many buttons to push.
You're the button pusher.
Yes.
Okay,
I
so
am.
Let's talk about the
Koreans.
millennial thing because I know how much this jackass doesn't like anything related to hippies.
Who, me?
Yes.
You don't like hippies?
You.
Look at you in your long
Goddamn
hair. What are you
hippies.
talking about?
Goddamn hippies.
He doesn't
Look
like
at you. Look
hippies.
at you in your long hair. You
I'm
don't
not
like
a
hippies?
fucking hippie. I'm a rebel.
I totally thought you were a
My
hippie.
mom was a hippie.
and that's
was
why you
got-
don't like hippies? It's
I'm
in
a-
your blood, man.
I'm fighting it. I'm still fighting it. I'm still growing up.
This guy hates hippies.
I don't hate hippies.
He's rebelling against scissors.
So I actually read this, but I read it a week ago. Daryl, did you read this thing?
A couple of weeks ago, but I don't
I
remember
read it.
any part of it.
This
because
is from
short-term memory.
This is from Elite Daily, and this is an article that I think we could probably tear apart because I think pretty much everything that's said is just silliness.
I think it's very accurate.
Do you for real?
Yeah, I really do.
The article is, could it be millennials are the new generation of hippies? I agree with that, but with better weed.
Well, I don't know because I don't smoke weed, but
Well, the
I
old
can go with the first half.
weed in the old days was pretty easy to beat.
Easy to grow. They were all just smoking dirt
It
weed.
was crap.
It was just all So this is the stuff that we're
Learn
talking about
something
are
new.
all hydroponic.
Oh yeah, if you took our weed back to the '60s, those people would be like, "Wow."
And they've been working on kind of like Mendel with his pea project. I mean, they're just
right.
they've been coming up with some variations, and I don't like it either. But I've been told that there's probably some variations that I haven't tried myself, and I might have gotten the wrong stuff or stuff that was too strong for me or something.
Well, now
like
that there's a legal market for it, people are more willing to compete. So
Yeah.
they're willing.
I'm looking for all kinds of different strains to be readily available.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it to make it this way.
The Beatles are as popular as ever. Volkswagen vans are back in, and hippies have just become hipsters. Black rights have become gay rights. Women's liberation is now Jezebel, and Vietnam is Iraq. LSD goes by acid. Ecstasy is called Molly. Never fucking heard that. And Bud is still very much Bud. Carole King goes by Lana Del Rey. Janis Joplin is known as Amy Winehouse. And John Mayer likes to think he's Bob Dylan. Woodstock is Coachella, Burning Man, and Bonnaroo. Vinyl are still vinyl, and record stores are what is now Urban Outfitters, and JFK is most definitely Obama.
God.
I had a problem with that.
Yeah, okay, maybe that last sentence not so much, but you have to remember that JFK wasn't really the president when the hippies were doing the majority of their activism.
And I didn't really think he was much of a Democrat either.
Right.
But I don't.
What does that mean?
Much a progressive type.
He's like a Marxist fascist.
I think that
There's gonna be
that
such a
last
thing.
sentence is inaccurate because I think Obama is more like Nixon
I think Obama is more like Bush.
or like all of them.
Obama is the fucking 57th term of George fucking Washington.
Yes.
Yes,
Is it
that's-
57
You
now?
didn't build that.
Yes.
Somebody else
Wow.
made that happen.
I built this.
I built it too. It's time
And
we stop.
Hold on. Real quick. It annoys me that people take that clip out of context. I don't agree with what he said because he is a complete jackass, but he was in the midst of talking about, like the entire economic system of roads. You didn't build all of the roads going to your house.
Yes,
You didn't build all of the roads going to your business.
He wasn't given the opportunity to.
Well,
Right, but
hello,
that's what he
Mr.
was talking
Fancy
about, was
Pants.
people did not build the entirety of the economic system.
But it was taken out of context, and he was talking about roads and shit. But we did build the roads.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't go out there personally with the goddamn with a shovel and start was kicking gravel around. But I paid for it, and my
Right.
parents paid for it, and it's
Right, but he was talking specifically to the Wayne Root type people
Yeah.
who say, nobody ever gave me a hand in anything. I made everything myself. These millions that I have, I did this all by myself with no help from anybody. Really? Nobody changed a fucking diaper on you when you were 2?
Yep.
Nobody helped you learn how to read. You learned everything on your own.
Yeah, he was talking about teaching something. For the record, it was definitely taken out of context. I'm still going to play it because I think it's very funny.
I thought the article was about hippies.
The article is about hippies. It's not about Obama, and you didn't build that.
Right.
Where were we?
You were talking about JFK being
JFK is
Obama,
Obama,
and we disagreed with that
And then
sentence.
you
It's time we
started
stopped
playing the
talking about
clip.
the 60s as the golden years of America because, as your history teacher once poignantly explained, history is cyclical. My fellow millennials, we are very much the generation of the flower power. Fucking hipsters. It's a time of rock and roll, drugs, and freedom of expression. It's defying our parents' ideas of real job, inhabiting dirty studio apartments and attending festivals by the sea. It's parkas made from alpaca wool, kale chips, and lots of cocaine. It's the fucking 60s, man. So who eats kale chips here?
Me?
Do you for real?
Yep.
They're not bad. I would eat some kale chips.
You,
They're delicious.
where do you get them? Do you
I
make them your own?
I make them.
Where do you get kale from? Like
There's
whole,
this
grocery
thing
store?
called the grocery store.
The farmer's market, grocery store.
like their leaves, or do you actually
It's
grind
like a
them up?
lettuce type thing.
Do you grind them up and make like
No,
biscuits?
they're just leaves and you shallow pan fry them. You just get really hot oil, shallow in a pan, you pan fry them, and they get crispy.
Or you
they're
bake 'em.
actually they're all right.
Or you bake
like
them with sea
dehydrated.
salt.
I'd rather have a bag of Lay's.
With sea salt and some spices and.
And
it's
Randy
delicious.
says, weren't the 20s the golden years? I don't
The
know when the golden
20s?
years were.
That was 20
I know
years
the
ago for
I know
me.
that's when they had their little.
No, not when you were in your 20s.
Oh.
The 1920s.
Why does it say that the 60s were the golden years?
That's
Did I
what this
miss
article
that?
says.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I
don't
think
know.
that pretty much every decade can say they're golden in some way.
Golden showers, golden parachutes.
I knew somebody was going to go there, and I just was.
I think the golden
not
shower is more
going to.
accurate than golden years. Yep.
Unbelievable.
We know where Daryl's mind goes all the time.
I've sucked
Yeah.
a toe before.
Oh my goodness!
Gross.
The 30s and the 40s I thought were pretty good decades too, but that's not the point of the article. The point of
Your
the article
30s
is
or the 1930s?
What'd you say about toes, Daryl?
1930s.
I might consider some toe sucking.
Record players, by
You
the
have a
way.
drop for everything, and you know where they all are.
Record players are being sold like crazy on eBay. And kids are buying vinyl. It's like the new fad.
Vinyl never went out.
I bet you Luther collects vinyl.
Probably, I do too. I have vinyl. It's all back in New York, but I have vinyl.
I would
I
use it.
used to
I
have
would.
a pretty big collection and then lost it among one of my many moves across the country.
I would use vinyl to like shingle my roof.
That'd be awesome.
No, I
Yes,
want to listen to
until
them.
until the heat hits it and it like warps in all these
Melts.
crazy shapes.
Yeah.
Yeah, just take a vinyl, pop it in half, or maybe you might have to score it, pop it in half so you have like halves.
Or heat it and bend it for the roof line.
Okay, the records that I collected when I was in college were the old 45s that were not made of actual vinyl. I don't remember what they were made of. It was like more of a, it was breakable. You could like shatter them.
Yeah. So that's why you would have to score them first. You couldn't just pop them over
Right.
your knee.
Right.
Yeah. I think it was Johnson was showing me an article where the guy was taking aluminum cans and he was carefully cutting the tops off of them and cutting them up the middle, and then he had like a press form, and he would take each aluminum can and he would squeeze them down into form, and then he'd bring them out. And he had the shingles with the nice rivets in them and stuff, and he shingled his whole chicken roof
Whoa.
out
that's
of
awesome.
out of aluminum cans.
It's fantastic.
We have a really good point on there where it says one could say that in the later years of their life are the golden years.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean,
That's a good point.
yeah, when you get old and die.
I think it's bullshit. I think the best time of your life is like when you're like 16 to 19 and you don't have shit to worry about. You have nothing to worry about.
What do you?
don't
What
have
life
anything
did
to
you
worry
live?
about?
16 and 19 were three of the most stressful years of my life.
Yeah, it depends
Easy.
on, it
Easy
depends on
street.
how many of those years were in high school, and how many, and if you were still living with your parents, and whether you got
Which
along
one,
with
working?
them.
You can tell when you're 16, you can tell the IRS to fuck off and they don't give you any shit about it.
Yeah, who the hell is thinking? What 16-year-olds are thinking about taxes?
I
Yeah.
was.
No, my stress level is in a totally different place.
I was worried about getting to work on time.
I was worried about not getting fired because I was late.
Well, yeah, kind of, yeah,
Kind of two sides of the same
kind
coin.
of, kind of the same.
right.
Going along with this old hipsters movement,
Mm-hmm.
with the recent insurgence of weed
Stop picking his
legalization,
nose.
I can't help myself from constantly comparing Generation Y to the generation of the hippie. It's a time of massive change and revolution in our country, with weed just becoming
hold
a
on.
large metaphor like the pink and blue peace sign on your grandparents' Volvo.
This is a fucking flaw. This entire article is coming from flawed logic, because hippie was not a generation. Hippie was like a subculture of a generation.
That's true.
Which yeah, and so are hipsters. They're not the whole. They're not everyone.
But they're not saying are hipsters the new hippies. It says are millennials the new hippies.
Ah.
Millennials are an entire
No,
generation.
no. It says the new generation of hippies, meaning the hippies are the subculture of the generation.
I don't think this is. I think they're saying millennials as in.
It says millennials are the new generation.
And by the way, we looked this up too. What the fuck is a millennial? It's we're millennials, right?
No.
No, I'm not.
Are the
No, we're
no,
Katie
Gen
and I are
X.
Gen X.
We're Gen
We're
X.
Gen X.
Wait, how old are you?
35.
He doesn't say. Okay, we're all Gen X.
We're all
no,
Gen X.
no, I think Conan would actually qualify as Gen Y.
Right. Okay, so Generation Y is before millennials.
We're Gen
right?
X. We're the
No,
you and I are tail
millennials
end of Gen
and then
X.
Generation Y is the one after that. Right? I believe so.
all the youngest Gen Xers are like 37, 38 right now.
Okay. Yeah, we're right at the end of it.
Right at the tail
I
end of
think.
it, yeah.
And then,
I've
and then
always
you
seen
have.
that I was part of Gen X, born in '78.
Yeah, I think that might be the very end. So then, but after that, you have the millennials, which are the ones that were coming of age during the turn of the millennium, right?
Right.
And then after that, you have Generation Y, which is so named because of
I thought
something.
Gen Y was after X, and then Generation Z got called the Millennials.
I think
don't
that's
know.
what
It's so
it
very
is.
confusing.
We
But
looked.
Randy
this up.
says the best years. What's he say? The best year of my life is right now.
Well, how old is Randy, and what's he up to these
How old are
days?
you, Randy?
You're gonna wait.
Randy's
for
getting married or got married or something like that. Last
So
time I
he's
knew.
young.
Okay, so
Yeah,
he's
like,
anywhere
I
between
think
like
he's younger than I am.
12 and 70.
Yeah, Randy's between 12 and 70. Yeah.
We are the new free spirits, the new lovers, the new revolutionaries. We are
I
the
think
children
so.
of the herb, the sisters of the ganja, and the brothers of the pipe.
32. Randy.
We are just passionate kids with an idea of living life another way.
I think that's really true because you have to take into consideration Ron Paul with his whole,
Well, how many millennials followed Ron Paul?
a lot.
A bunch.
Were they?
The
Was it a big
majority
thing?
of the people following
Most
him were
of his
people
support
younger
was
than
from
me.
younger people.
Was it? That's
And they
good.
were like just out of college people.
And that's why he didn't get the votes because they all forgot to fucking go vote.
Because Gen X is too apathetic to do anything, and the baby boomers obviously were not listening. So I think that's accurate.
Okay, so people who turned 18 in the year 2000 are millennials. So anybody born in
not 18, adulthood.
young adulthood.
So the question is, how many 18-year-olds around the year 2000 actually were not still
Click.
living at their
Hold on.
parents' house, and they were
Click.
actually...
The Wikipedia article.
That's not what adulthood means. Adulthood isn't living on your own.
I would say that adulthood is taking
Birth
being
years
an
from the
adult.
early
I think it's a pretty safe.
Yeah, if you're still living
litmus
at your
test.
parents' house and you're not working,
No.
Yeah.
No, because you got to
No.
back up because of the whole economic conditions of the country.
It's changed.
More recently,
They're actually they're holding kids back.
Not only that, but I think a lot more millennials are living on their own than Generation X because our generation, when the 2006 crisis happened, I would say like half of my friends ended up living with family.
Yeah, but were they still working or were they sleeping on
No,
the
we
couch?
were all out of jobs. Like when you go 2006 to 2009, 2010, tons of people in our age bracket lost their employment, ended up living with parents. I know Matt and I both lived with parents for a while.
I was sick.
Yeah, he was sick.
I was
he's
done like
still
that
sick
bad.
in the head, but now he's on his own.
Well, I had some buddies. See, I would if I did, I would have graduated in high school like in '97.
Mm-hmm.
And I had plenty of buddies who were still living with their parents, including my brothers and sisters. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they lived with my parents for like forever until they finally found their way and got out of there. So I wouldn't. 18 would have not. I definitely
Yeah.
would have
Those
said they
18,
reached
there you go. The Pew Research Center, American think tank organization, defined adult millennials as those who are 18 to 33 years old, born 1981 to 1996. So you are not a millennial.
No, I missed it by 2 years.
Right. So you're right at the end of Generation X.
Gen Y.
Or Gen Y. When is Gen
No.
Y? Oh, there. Define Gen Y
Yeah,
as
it
those
says-
born between 1980 and 1994. So they overlap. So
Yeah.
they're the same thing. So Gen Y and millennials, the same thing. Basically.
Very, very curious. Very curious.
This conversation got really, really serious.
I know it sure did.
Yeah.
Wait. It says something about capitalist.
Wait,
We defied almost everything our parents told us, protesting the right-winged conservatives and fat cat Wall Street capitalists.
Uh-huh.
See, they're
Oh,
turning
yeah.
this into an anti-capitalist article, even though most of the millennials allegedly, according to Daryl, went for
Were-
Ron Paul.
No, that's not what we said. We didn't say most of the millennials went for Ron Paul.
No,
We said
most of
the
Ron
majority
Paul's
of Ron Paul
supporters.
supporters were
Oh,
millennials.
okay.
There's a big difference there.
So there's still an anti-capitalist contingent in
this particular
millennials.
article, yeah.
yeah.
We've marched for gay rights and petitioned for the deportation of Justin Bieber.
Yep.
As
Because-
much as I can't stand that little fucking 12-year-old fuckface, I'm not going to sign a petition to get him deported.
Where's my friggin' Daryl?
You got a Justin Bieber sound drop?
He does.
I do, but I don't know where it's at.
Unbelievable. Oh, good.
I got that one.
I can't say I'm sad that you're missing Justin Bieber.
I've got to play it now.
Oh, Randy decided he's a millennial. Look at that.
Daryl,
Wow.
could you read the
He's
rest
a
of the article while I find
baby.
this?
Yeah, but Randy acts older than like he's a mature.
I think a lot of
He's a
millennials are pretty
non-retard.
mature. I think as much as this article makes
See if it's
millennials
under
sound
the
like
letter
they're
B for
party
Bieber.
animals, I think a lot of them are quite mature. That's just gross. But I think that millennials are a lot more mature than Gen Xers were because they've gone through a lot more hardship.
I think Gen
economically.
Xers just don't give a shit. Gen Xers were an extremely cynical bunch. I mean,
Well, yeah, we had to raise ourselves.
yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I know some people that would be considered millennials that act like they're still in fucking kindergarten.
Well, yeah, there's always an exclusion to it. I'm making stereotypes. There's always exclusions to stereotypes.
No other generation has had the power, wherewithal, or numbers in pot smokers. We've pushed for change, for legalization, for acceptance. Sometimes I wonder, though, how will we end up? You're fucking without jobs, living at your parents' house when you're 80.
See, listen to him.
We know how our parents...
Hold up. You expect your fucking parents to still be alive when you're 80?
Times are changing, man. People live longer.
Not in the way things
as
are
long as they
going.
got that Social Security taken care of them.
No, there's no Social Security coming
No,
around.
go-
I know. I know. I know. We're not getting any of it.
Give me
They're
my
not either.
cheese. My fair share.
We know
You
how
already ate your fair share of cherry sours.
we know
need
how
more than
our
my fair
parents
share.
ended up:
No way.
straight-laced, stubborn, narrow-minded, and seemingly unhappy. The baby boomers seem to defy anything that remotely inspires creativity and a different view.
Ouch.
They ignore what they don't know and hate what they can't understand. But we will be different. And see, this is the biggest bullshit paragraph that I've been able to.
Well, it's collectivization like crazy.
Yeah, well, I know. I believe that every generation is the exact same. You have all these closed-minded people, especially when they get older. So he or she is bad-mouthing their parents, which are older people who have lost the ability to adapt.
I'm sorry, but the baby boomers aren't the parents of the millennials. If they're born in 1980,
My parents are baby boomers.
right? That's what I'm saying. Gen X.
But you're not a
parents.
millennial.
Gen X parents are baby boomers. Millennials, like 1991 or 2. I don't even know what generation that is, but I don't think that's baby boomers.
They'd
Baby
be-
boomers are the ones that were born after World War II when they had like the big boom
Our
of
parents
babies.
are baby boomers.
I know. That's what I just said.
Right.
I thought you didn't like math.
I just did math. I did math. Yay.
Oh shit.
Most of the millennials' parents
I like math
are
when it proves my
probably Gen
point.
Xers.
Get those nerds!
I don't think so. I don't think they are.
Yeah, because it was baby boomers and then Gen X. There wasn't anything between.
What years does Gen X go?
Yeah.
Go back to the wiki and scroll to
ask-
the bottom.
Yeah,
Scroll
I want to
down.
know what years.
I just saw it.
Scroll down.
All right, there we go.
Because I think Gen Xers had millennials.
Hold on, there we go. Is it going to be a link?
And then, hold on. Under the See More, Social Generations, click Show,
You click it. I
There
can't.
you go.
Baby Boomers, Gen X.
Oh wait, my kids are Generation Z.
Then there's a Generation Z as well.
That's my kids. Oh. They're the ones that are going to hate the internet.
Generation X, commonly abbreviated Gen X, is the generation born after the Western post-war II baby boom. Demographers, historians, and commenters use beginning birth dates ranging from early 1960s
60s.
to the early 1980s.
So if you're born in 1992, your parents are typically
1979. Huh?
if you're born in 1992 and your parents are like 20, 22,
Yeah.
They're Gen Xers.
they're Gen Xers. They're not baby boomers. They're calling us names
Well, no, we're just trying to define terms because we don't really want to.
because the guy who wrote the article
collectivize
didn't.
and say that we really don't want to collectivize by shoving people into,
There just ought to be a
Columns like
law
There
against
ought to be a
collectivization.
law. Fucking Daryl. Where's my punchline?
dying of fire.
What? You didn't like that?
We will be a culture founded on art, love, and music. Oh, my God. We won't be biased against sexual preference, skin color, or nationality. We won't start wars or throw bombs. Bullshit. Bullshit. We won't kick people out for wearing turbans or living
Hold
in
on,
Palestine.
hold on.
Bullshit. We won't
So
live.
far.
We won't have half our generation's marriages end up in divorce. I don't understand that last
Lies.
one.
That doesn't make any sense.
That's
None of-
'cause they're
So
not gonna get
far, the
married.
millennials have not started any wars because they've not been old enough to get the positions of power to actually start the wars.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking of all the hippies who got old and, got into government or got into local government
And can we say that it isn't a group
to
that
push
does
their-
that anyway? It's individual
every
people in power.
group does that, including the freedom lovers. Even we can be corrupt because that's what power does to people,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why you have to remove those positions just altogether. Leave it up to a straight up free market.
I wanna be
Where if the power does corrupt me and I end up firing my CEO, it's gonna bite me in the ass.
That's right.
And my whole company is just gonna go right down the drain.
I wish that company would go the fuck down the drain. I'm tired of fucking hearing about it.
Well, I'm kind of upset because that was my store, fucking Microbasket, and I have to say, you always hear that the people are more friendly than any other stores and all. No, straight up, those are some of the nicest people, the people who worked in that store.
I like the Market Basket.
Very clean store, good prices, 4% off on everything. I mean, it's just a slam up store. I mean, it's a really good store, and seeing and hearing what's going on is it's upsetting. But I mean. That's exactly what happens when you focus. The article is talking about Wall Street capitalists, and this is, which is incorrect. but I think they're confusing the owners of Market Basket with the Wall Street capitalists, the ones that they're only concerned with money and profits, and they don't at the end of the day they don't consider, what the customer thinks or what the workers who work for them think. You've got to look at the entire picture.
Well, that whole thing with Market Basket, it was fucking two sides of a family that were all pissed off at one another.
Yeah, and the one guy, the guy that everybody liked, was big on profit sharing, which is, as far as good capitalism goes, I mean, there's no better. I don't think there's any better example of good capitalism than profit sharing. When your CEO wants to share the profits of the company's flush with cash and says, you know what, maybe I ought to kick this sum down to the people who made it happen. Maybe we should share this with the employee base. That's what they did, and apparently RDT was so flush with. The Market Basket was so flush with cash that he was going to up the profit sharing by 20%, and that's when the rest of the board said, no, I don't think, I think we got to put the kibosh on this." So at some point, it's going to become more expensive to continue this strike than it is to just kick down the 20% for profit sharing, and they're just going to reduce the value of the company, and RDT is going to be able to buy it out.
I see it as long-term investment, to invest in the workers, to invest back into the workforce.
Sure.
And it makes the job more desirable. You always have people wanting to be in the company.
Yeah, smart bosses do that stuff.
It makes them happier workers.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's the way to I always make the joke at work. Every time they feed us, we get pizza or ice cream or something, I always make the joke that, it's it's good that we're getting another one of these. You don't feed the dogs. You're going to come home from work one afternoon and your dog is going to be sitting on your neighbor's porch. Because I mean, that's the way it works. If you don't fucking take care of your animals,
or he's going to eat your face in the middle of the night,
or he's going to eat
or maybe the neighbor lady just feeds the cat better food than she disappears for a week.
Definitely. And then she comes home
pregnant.
knocked up. This happened to us, obviously.
You have.
That's because you have a little whore cat.
Slut cat.
I know you do.
She's a good breeder. That's how people survive. That's how they survive. They have children.
Where are we at on this thing?
That little cat's got to pay her bills somehow.
So according to this article, they're not going to make any of the mistakes that their parents made. They're not going to be biased against skin color or nationality. I call bullshit. They're not going to start any wars. I call bullshit. They're going to be doing the same thing. Whenever they're actually these guys, maybe the article, the people, the millennials that this person's talking about don't pay taxes yet. They don't do any. They don't contribute to society. They don't any of this nonsense. Because I can just see.
Or maybe they do, and they're really involved in liberty activism.
Could be.
Or maybe they just marched and did Occupy Wall Street and think they've done their bit.
I'm thinking Occupy. Whenever they're bitching about Wall Street capitalists, it's
well, that's of course the author there, but I still think that there are more millennials that are involved in liberty-related activities than other generations.
I agree, and like it was mentioned, history is cyclical. It's always going to come back.
Well, look at the majority of the people that live in New Hampshire that came here for liberty reasons, and look at what their age is. They're mostly younger than us.
Yeah.
But if you read the New York Times, we're all old white men.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's the demographic for the Libertarian Party, but that's not the demographics here.
Even the fuckheads that went to PorkFest that wrote articles for like the New York Times and all these other major publications. The typical attendee was an older white man.
Yeah, but
blah, blah. There weren't any black people. It's like, I was hanging out with like 5 of them all week.
Yeah.
There were also people who wrote articles about PorkFest who weren't even at PorkFest and clearly plagiarized other authors, columnists who did go to PorkFest. And some of those, we knew what was coming from some of those. I got broadsided by the Washington Post at PorkFest, and they were in a very private function that they probably shouldn't have been in too,
Mm-hmm.
So.
By the way, this was written by Lauren Martin back in February of this year.
Awesome.
And
I don't know who that is. Do you?
At 4:20 p.m.
Never heard of her.
Not a clue.
But that did come out 2 days before my birthday.
Where are the Koreans?
Yeah.
Let's talk about Koreans.
Let's talk about Koreans, because I'm from LA and I want to talk about Koreans.
No, I don't think he's got time to talk about both Koreans and otters.
It's an easy pick.
No,
are the
we can
otters
just
raping the Koreans?
No, stop.
No, stop. You just
Are
gave
the
it away.
Koreans raping the otters?
This is a terrific.
This is where we get the white, older, racist male.
That's right.
No. This is a terrific posting from the St. Louis All Services job posting.
From Craigslist.
Did I say Craigslist?
You
No.
did not.
Well, it's Craigslist. And the
Yes, we've already determined that it's from Craigslist.
it's entitled Roof Koreans for Hire. And it's got the most amazing picture of how these people do business. And it's a bunch of young
These people,
Asian
that
guys.
that sounds very collectivist and bigoted, sir.
a bunch of Asian dudes on a roof. I don't know if they're Koreans or not. I can't tell from the backs of their heads.
That's in Koreatown, though, so those are very likely.
And every
Korean.
single one of them has rifles.
What does that sign say in the background?
The
Something
boys.
I don't even recognize that place.
Defending their building.
You, sir, are racist.
Yes. Thank you, sir. I also don't.
I'm sorry. I don't speak third world.
I don't have time for any of that nonsense. So I just thought this was a great post, and I should have taken a screen capture of it, but for some reason, it was posted 6 days ago, and it's still up.
It's awesome.
I can't believe nobody's hired these roof Koreans yet.
They're probably just raking in the money right now.
they're only they're
Right-winger.
only taking care of their
Right-winger.
businesses. I mean, they're already hired. They already have jobs. There's just not enough of them to go around.
They should demand more money.
I think the question is whether
No,
this was.
they're roof Koreans that are for hire, meaning that if they haven't been hired yet, then they are asking for too much money. They should lower their price.
Yeah,
You know,
look at it.
I really-
It's entitled right winger. I think
Yeah.
this is totally BS. It says roof Koreans for hire. Much success during LA riots. No looters at our stores. Added bonus: can't be accused of racism, especially if violent mobs are fired upon. We'll provide own ammo, but we'll charge extra for any rounds spent. And it's signed right winger, spelled WRITE winger. So I think it's
Waka waka.
yeah,
I
think
bet
that's really awesome, though.
I bet that's a pseudonym.
You think so? You don't think that's their real name?
Nope.
Oh, come on, Matt.
Or maybe they're just telling you to write to winger, and it's the fucking band
Oh, come on.
that is looking
I have-
for.
I have to be-
I will tell you though that Koreatown was the best defended during the riots.
Of course it was. They had roof
It was
Koreans.
yeah. Well, and I had an office in Koreatown, and I could walk to my car at like 2 a.m. And it was super safe, and everybody knew not to mess with the Koreans. So I think it's an awesome,
Don't mess
hilarious,
with the Koreans or
great
Katie
post.
McCall.
No, I'm really not that tough, but they are very awesome.
Well, if you were walking through LA at 2 a.m. and nobody fucked with you, then apparently they
That's
knew.
because I was in
Don't
Koreatown.
fuck with Katie McCall.
She was a current visitor of their spas.
Yes. Oh, I
There you go.
love the
A
Korean
frequent-
spas.
a
Oh my
frequent
gosh, I
visitor of
miss
their
them
spas.
so much. I
You want
miss the
happy
Korean
ending?
Spas. That's not what Korean spas are about. They're so much better than that.
Racist.
So much better.
Where's my other? There it is.
You, sir, are
Or
racist.
racist.
So I have to be completely honest with you. I have not been following Ferguson.
Oh,
At
You're a
all.
horrible human.
it's an awful situation, and one that's probably a little too heavy for this particular type of show.
Yeah.
Some kid got shot in the back, twice in the front, 5 times in the back by a cop or something like that.
Yeah.
Had his
Basically,
hands up
he
in
was
the
murdered-
air.
he was murdered by a
Don't
cop.
shoot. I'm not armed. And
Boom,
was
boom, boom,
still
boom, boom,
shot
boom, boom.
from 35 feet away.
Killed.
And the
18-year-old.
police officer admits that he was 35 feet away.
It's a long way for a pistol shot too. That's not even a safe shot. I would think.
That's 12 and a half, 13 yards.
Regardless of how far away it was, it still wasn't.
Right, but no, there is a difference because the police officer claims that he feared for his life,
cop is
which is
lying.
why he had to fire.
Cops lie.
That's-
Cops murder.
I think that's the default you should always go to is that cop lies. That's
Right,
the
I
default.
know that. But, like, I've never feared for my life when somebody was 35 feet away with their hands in the air walking the opposite
Right.
fucking direction.
Exactly. Stop yelling at me! No, I think he should yell here. It's really intense.
Yeah, I've been in some shady neighborhoods, and I have not been afraid for my life in the shady neighborhoods. Really.
No.
You know, but every single time I'm around a cop, I'm on point.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm on
Yeah.
high security alert around.
The-
me.
only
The interesting thing though was that all the people who flooded out onto the streets, the people who have come from other areas, who ironically are all, I guess it's not ironic, but they're all black, which kind of pisses me off because in that kind of a situation, like I feel like everybody should be pissed off.
Yeah,
And the fact
yeah.
that there's just blacks that are pissed off really upsets me.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's just black people, but Ferguson is somewhere between 65 to 70% African American.
No, but I'm saying people are going there from other cities. Like, I have friends in Boston who are going there to Ferguson. Like, that's how pissed off they are. And the thing that's interesting to me, though, is that
White folk or colored folk?
colored folk, if you're going to...
But
Yeah.
we're all the white people who are outraged about this, who are going to
Right, that's exactly what I'm saying.
a very good event.
I'm saying
one of my very worthy-
regardless of the color of our skin, we should be pissed off about
Yeah.
the fact that cops can go and do that and lie about that and do it over and
You know,
over.
I
and
feel
over.
I feel the exact same way about the lack of colorful people here in the Free State movement.
Right, which
Because I mean, we're all about the minority. We're all
Right.
about the individual freedoms.
Yeah,
That's the other
the
thing.
number one minority is the individual.
right.
I know. I mean,
Well,
we'd be perfect for yeah.
that's the thing that upsets me. I think on that same level, that upsets me is the fact that we have made it so much about collectivism in our culture
Mm-hmm.
that people can't step out of that enough, regardless of where you come from or where you grew up or what your background
it's
is or what
scary.
you look like, that you can't step out of it enough to say we should be outraged as individuals for the fact that the authority, quote unquote, the, person at the top or the person who has the gun or the badge or the robe or the fancy hat or whatever, that they're perpetrating this kind of violence on individual innocent helpless people. And that's, I think, but I said this
And
was
it's legal.
a really serious
It's legal.
topic.
Well,
It's different for them because it's legal.
Yep.
Well, one thing that has sort of been overshadowed about what's been going on in Ferguson is that two journalists were arrested in a McDonald's.
That's hilarious.
The same night, the Al Jazeera America crew had a tear gas canister fired at them. And then the police, it was actually a SWAT team, went with guns drawn and put their equipment away. Then came over to another news crew that was filming what was going on, again with guns drawn, and said, "We heard some journalists were in trouble." And then the next day, the SWAT team put out a press release saying that, no, we did indeed take down some equipment, but we were helping them move their equipment because they were in harm's way where they were. Yeah, they were in harm's way because you fucking fired tear gas, rubber bullets, and a fucking beanbag at them.
Right. Yep.
I think that there's another problem with collectivism. I think that oftentimes goes overlooked, and it's the collectivism that police put themselves through. They see themselves as a group,
Yep.
whereas they should start seeing themselves as a group of individuals
Who
that
are
just
all
happen to
responsible for
they're all
themselves.
responsible for their own actions, and they are not any different. And the best way to do that, I think, would be able to start one of those Google Maps where you put a push pin in it, and if you know where a cop lives, you put a push pin in a Google Map, and you can go see where the cops live in your neighborhood.
Yep.
And when everybody can find out where each and every cop lives, maybe the cops' whole mentality might change with, oh shit, that just came to my doorstep. This whole thing just took on a whole different
yeah,
kind
but
of
you know
thing.
what? But if they take our guns from us before we get that
Who's going to
technology,
take guns? Who's going to take guns in America?
Sylvester Stallone, he thinks that all of our guns should be taken from us.
There's
Yeah, there are going to be states or
right.
at least cities where they will do all that.
here's
I'm from New York State.
They're not doing it. They're not doing it here. I mean,
They're not going to do it anywhere. It's impossible. There's 310 million.
yeah, but maybe
guns in
maybe in the city they will start cracking
Oh,
down.
everybody lives in the
But
city.
out on the
you know what? Even living in the city, guns don't matter in this city. I mean, if it came down to warfare,
little
just takes on a
grandmas
different-
with pistols in their purses.
No, warfare doesn't even when things like that happen. When like armed revolutions kick off, and say there was a map with cops all over it. At that point, you don't need a gun for the job. You can wait outside his house with a machete. You can starve the guy out. There's nothing you can. There are always going to be ways. The whole gun thing is kind of a straw man because. Even if they could take away all the guns, it doesn't matter. People are still going to fight and resist. People are going to start building trebuchets and launching buckets of burning gasoline.
Well, this might take place in Ferguson, but it's not going to happen anywhere else at the moment. But you're right. I mean, it could turn into something like that, and that's exactly what's going to be.
But didn't it happen
that's what's
in New
gonna
York
be needed
City?
to actually move to the next.
Didn't it
level.
happen in New York City? Because there were protesters in New York City and a guy who got injured there. And then, in Ferguson, they called in the FBI. They called in the feds to come down there because they couldn't trust
because the feds fix everything.
The police.
Well,
and then
they
they put
called
in
the
a
FBI
state-sanctioned curfew.
They called the FBI to do an investigation. They
Right.
called in the National Guard and the Highway Patrol.
That's what it was.
To take over policing powers.
And-
they
and
put in a
instigate the curfew.
and
then they shot a guy.
The captain of the Highway Patrol said, "We will not enforce the curfew with tanks or with tear gas." And what's the first fucking thing they did? They shot
Tear gas.
canisters of tear gas at some
And
people.
Here comes the Bearcat.
We gave them every opportunity to disperse, and they arrested 7 people for unlawful assembly. Failure to disperse.
Randy says here, sheer numbers in cities would overwhelm any forces.
He's right.
And
Okay, but
not even in cities, it's everywhere. I mean, we outnumber. We're the 99%.
Yeah.
I think that I'm a pessimist because I look at what happened in Ferguson and they were told you need to disperse by this certain time, and 99% of the people dispersed, and it was 50 dudes left.
I'm looking at what happened,
Look what happened in New
Massachusetts.
Right.
In Newtown, Massachusetts, fucking everywhere where there's been martial law, people fucking comply.
Hold on one
All right,
second.
hold
I
on.
got one
I
more
don't
drop.
think- I
I
don't
got one
think-
more drop for you. My message to any member of the collective who finds it scary to step outside of their little group: nobody will ever oppress you here. Open arms, man. We're come be a part of the family.
No promises.
What did you learn?
Matt Roach,
That's awesome.
what did you learn during the past 7 days?
In the last 7 days? I didn't learn much in the last 7 days.
Yes, you did.
What I
You
learned?
lying motherfucker.
You had to have learned something. It was 7 days.
It's so hard.
That's what she said.
So
Well, Kate and Adele moved in the last 7 days.
Giggity,
so
giggity,
it's like we've been-
You also,
I
Addie
made new friends.
Addie came and
Put whiskey to sleep. Put my dog to sleep.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've put a dog to sleep before. Like this,
Yeah.
the whiskey's not my first dog, so I don't really learn anything there.
He's a good dog.
She's a good dog.
Hold on, didn't you learn something about measure 4 times, cut 1?
No, you learned that. I was just cutting according to where you were telling me to cut. Those are your measurements.
Yeah,
I already knew that.
that it helps if you make the correct measurement.
It totally does.
Yeah.
Matt doesn't learn anything because Matt already knows everything because he's awesome.
Sorry, I'm good at learning from other people's mistakes.
He's really awesome.
hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Katie McCall,
I love it when Conan does it and he mouths it over there.
what did you learn during the previous 7 days?
What did I learn the previous 7 days? I learned that topical anti-itch lotion helps with the pain of bruising.
what the hell's wrong? Did someone smack you in your back? Did you were in a car accident?
No, I was helping take care of another Liberty individual who just went through her 11th surgery in the last year.
No, I didn't.
And she had a whole bunch of bruising, and I put some topical itch on her anti-itch stuff. It was like some numbing stuff, and it helped. So that was a new thing I learned.
Conan, during the previous 7 days,
I learned an article, an idea, something that Katie introduced this
I was
evening.
going to say you learned about otters.
Yeah, we should most definitely cover this in a future episode.
let's just do an after show
We're doing an
tonight
after show?
to cover the otters.
Okay, I learned something that we are going to cover in the after show. Can we leave it at that?
Sweet.
Yes.
By the way, we've got we got some minutes. Oh, well, we're running out of time.
Yeah, we are.
What did you learn, Mr. Darrell?
I learned the same thing that we're going to talk about in the after show.
Oh man, what?
And then there's something about penguins being dicks that I learned, and that's also going to be covered in the after show, and that saddens me because
that's
I
a
feel
straight up comment.
connected
You
to
know
my
what? I've got
penguins.
to learn something. We got. No, you know what? Fuck this. I don't like this one anyways. I don't like this section. Is it time?
Yeah,
Hold on.
we've got 3 fucking minutes, dude.
You have been watching Black Sheep Rising, the official website, blacksheeprising.org. And there is where you can find the show notes and the archives and the audio and the whole nine, the links. And if you are a podcast listener, you can find Black Sheep Rising through iTunes or Stitcher Radio. Probably some other ones too that I don't even know about. If you have any comments for us or feedback or show topics that you would like us to maybe discuss, you can drop those off at the Facebook page While you're there, give it a like, because I like likes. I have an ego, and I need it caressed on occasion.
No.
He's tired of caressing it himself. He's already run out of paper towels and fucking tissues and fucking lotion.
There, ladies,
Caress
present.
it for him.
If you don't want to go to the Facebook page because you suck like that, you could leave me an email directly at show@blacksheeprising.org, or you can leave a voicemail like Stephen Hawking did one time at 267-521-4771.
Crazy.
Leave anything you like.
Story.
Leave anything you like. We may play it on the show.
We will.
Stephen Hawking called that number?
If you call and leave a voicemail, we will play it on the air. That's a promise.
I call
If you've got
bullshit on the Stephen Hawking.
If you've got some extra chinkles laying around, you've liked what you've seen, and you want to contribute to the show, you can donate. I've got a Bitcoin link and a PayPal link at the website. Help a brother out.
Help
Daryl.
brother out.
Where can the people find you at?
FPPradio.com, FPP.cc, and yeah.
Katie, if someone
That's
wants
it.
to come and visit New Hampshire and see what's going on in southern New Hampshire,
Not
What-
much.
what do they what do they do?
Coming from LA, well, not much. They can go to Facebook and they can look for Stone Farm on Liberty Acres.
Absolutely.
And they can come visit us.
And if they
Come
have,
stay with us.
and if they're
stay with us.
and if they're
You can pay
pregnant,
with Bitcoin.
And if they're pregnant, then they can hit me up on Facebook at Katie Jenkins McCall.
and if they are just interested in baby delivery,
If they're interested in baby delivery, I would say run. Just kidding.
If they can get,
Yeah, well-
if they're not pregnant but want to get pregnant, do they call Matt Roach?
That would be good. That works.
No.
it's General Roachfield.
General Roachfield is not in that business.
Fuck yeah!
He could be.
Matt, you got any? Didn't you start a blog or something? Or
I started a little blog on brutalist.me.
yeah,
But I don't know how. I don't really know how it works yet. So I've been putting up kind of really half-assed blogs and just thoughts.
got to start somewhere, man.
Yeah, I wanted to do it on Facebook, but the notes thing on Facebook sucks, and I don't want to do it on Liberty.me because that's stupid because it costs money and it's
But you can
It's an
find
echo
Matt
chamber of
Roach
epic
on
proportions.
Facebook as Matt Roach.
You can find Facebook.com
Matthew Roach.
/ Matthew D. Roach.
Yeah, you can come one of his. You probably maxed out on the friends, aren't you?
No, not even close. I've only got 3,000. I
Three.
got tons of room.
2. We're out of time.
Tonight's closing song, Fabich and Fernandad Weber and Dinner Date. It's a whole big old name. I think that's 3 guys. The song is Souls Together, sticking with the old free music and remixes so that YouTube cannot flag me. This is a pretty nice little song. Guys at home, and well, you know what? Stay tuned. We're going to do a little after show real quick.
Stay tuned.
So enjoy this song. We will see you in a couple.
Souls together. You are souls. You are souls. Yeah.
So we're going to talk about some animal jerks, huh?
Horrible.
Animal jerks.
So welcome back to Black Sheep Rising, the after show.
What's up?
Hi.
We've got to cover this article because
There ought to be a law.
There- absolutely. I mean, good God, these animals they're making us look bad with their.
You make yourself look bad.
Yeah, I know. Daryl, I'm not going to read this one. I'm going to let you or Katie dissect this particular article.
Oh, that's a lot of reading.
We had a. Oh, is it a long one? Holy
That's what
shit!
she said.
No. You just have to read the otter part because the other ones go into other
Like
animals.
I said earlier, we actually did something similar to this. We talked about dolphins. They are also a nasty breed of folks.
Yeah.
They have a tendency to pick on each other and do nasty things to each other, and
to humans.
yeah, and they cover it up.
Yeah.
So, Daryl,
Yeah, there are dolphins down there, see?
there they
so-
are, bottlenose dolphins.
Katie,
Otters.
tell me about the otters.
Sea otters are awful. They're really cute, though. It says you've probably seen the image macros floating around Facebook exclaiming over how they hold hands while they sleep to make sure they don't drift apart. Well, that true.
That is so lame.
Yeah. But then they also rape baby seals.
That's fucked up.
As it turns out, sea otters are some of the biggest sickos of the animal kingdom. It takes a lot of resources to feed an otter. They need to eat approximately 25% of their body weight every single day. When food is in short supply, things can get ugly. Some males will hold otter pups hostage until the mother pays a ransom of food to the male.
So they're basically people.
But they don't just kidnap babies. Sea otters also rape baby seals to death. Male otters
Holy
will find a
shit.
juvenile harbor seal and mount it as if he were mating with a female otter. Unfortunately, part of the mating process involves holding the female's head underwater, which ultimately kills the seal pups and over 10% of female otters.
It rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again.
For over an hour and a half, the male otter will hold the seal pup in this position, raping it until it is dead.
Holy shit! What?
No, this is even better. Sometimes when the seal pup dies, it is just let go and the otter will begin to groom itself. Some otters, however, will hang on to the dead pup and continue to rape its dead and decaying corpse for up to a week later.
What?
What the hell's wrong with these?
Inconceivable.
What the hell's wrong with these people?
Yeah, that's the otters.
So, I mean, all right. Let's go back up to the top and figure out who wrote this, because that IFL Science, I fucking love science. Yeah, October 22, 2013, by Lisa Winters, and let's see. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom real quick and see if they've listed some links and stuff. No, there's nothing.
She cites nothing.
I think some of
not,
the
not
nothing.
good science.
Hold on.
But I will say when we were
Scroll
at
back up.
Yeah, when we were at Social Sunday, I did a Google search, and the whole front page was nothing but otter rape.
Yep,
Some of the
yep.
things in here, there's links throughout the fucking text.
Yeah, but there was nothing in. Well, there's all right.
Rape a baby seal to death. This fucking
All right,
link.
I did it.
Oh, there's a seal.
The other side of otters. This
Cute.
is the Discovery.com.
Discovery News.
All right, so it does seem that there's other stuff floating about.
There's stuff floating about.
Yes, like
And then the otters are raping
Like
it.
dead
dead
baby
otter
seals. Baby seals.
That is horrible. Why would you think? I mean, why would animals evolve to do things like this? I mean, that's. I mean, I know why humans do it,
Oh, what?
You do?
because they got devil in them. They're
Humans
the
humans
devil.
rape baby seals,
It's the devil.
they rape each other.
but
It's a-
not
it's a
not
whole-
baby seals.
It's a whole dominance thing. There's a dominance thing, and then there's just a straight up. They learned it from their predecessors thing, where it's just inborn in them.
Or they're just evil.
Well, that's what I mean. Where does that come from? Are
So
they
maybe the
are they
animals
just
are also
evil, or
evil.
I know exactly, but you don't really think of animals as being evil. Usually, they do things for a reason. It's when a lion kills some cubs, it's because he's getting rid of the competition.
Right.
When a there's lots of cases where animals take each other out.
So you're saying
on a-
that the
on a-
otters kill 10% of female otters because they're intimidated.
No, that's just accidental death because of the
10%?
Well, when you're holding their head underwater.
Okay,
while
maybe
you
we should
bang
want
them-
to. Maybe should be asking the question: why do
That's
otters
like
need to
Harvard
hold the
students.
girl otters
That's
under
like the
water?
Harvard students that kill their girlfriend doing the autoerotic thing by choking them.
I mean, maybe it's a
during
whole
rough sex.
Right.
No, maybe it's a fittest, the strongest will survive thing, where if you can't last 3
So
minutes,
the weak-
3 minutes with your head underwater, then you're not worth
You're not
bearing my
You're
children.
not going to have good baby otters, pups.
Well, exactly. So if you want to otter, because they got to hold their breaths and go when they go down and get some breakfast.
Yeah, well, the seals are definitely not going to have any good babies
Yeah.
for the otters.
yeah.
We're talking about seals, aren't we?
Yes, because
well,
they
the
kill baby
otters
seals.
rape the seals.
Right. So, so the baby seals are definitely not going to have good babies for the otters.
I totally
This is
missed
just-
this.
Kill them.
We're talking about the whole.
Spy-
We're talking about the whole Frankenstein crossbreeding that Matt over here is
Yeah, no. Scroll
turning
up.
his ducks into chicken
They're
ducks
just
or.
otter-
No,
Right.
but
Turducken.
scroll up just a little bit.
Ooh,
Oh,
No,
what?
up.
I'm,
The
not down.
other way,
I'm
you
not
retarded fucker.
rolling down. It was fucking click.
Oh, it's not there. There was when we were on it earlier. It showed a white tiger that was inbred with a dog.
No, it didn't.
Oh, that was
Yeah,
one
it did.
of the little
It totally
things
did.
on
It
the
was
side.
on the side. It was like this crazy looking white tiger with like a dog face.
Yeah. So let's
All right,
read about the Adele penguins.
Oh, what's up with the penguins?
So the
This-
bottlenose dolphins are on here as well, and the Adelie penguins, as well as
Yeah.
margays.
All right, so this specific type of penguin, apparently, yes, penguins are adorable. They look like little people in suits, and they waddle and have several children, or rather, they have several children's films made about how sweet they are. But according to IFL Science,
And they like to
penguins
march.
are assholes. Naturalist George Levick ventured to the South Pole with the 1910 to 1913 South Antarctic expedition.
Scott.
Oh, I was going to
The
say
Scott
that's
Antarctic
very
expedition.
like repetitive and repetitious and redundant to call it the South Antarctic.
Some scientists in the early 1900s found that penguins rape and physically abuse chicks
Oh no.
and participate in homosexual behavior.
I knew about that.
There's a pamphlet.
His report on the sexual behavior of penguins was deemed so extreme that it was hidden for nearly 100 years.
It was considered extreme in 1910.
And
Which
then
isn't so
hidden
much.
for nearly 100 years
'cause
before
nobody
being
cared.
published in 2012.
Until society became ready for penguin rape.
Yeah, because according to the Millennial article, I mean, we don't have civil rights. The civil rights movement has moved on. It's become
right.
become something completely different. Now we have gay rights, and
Right.
so it's
Next, we'll have penguin rights.
Everybody needs special rights.
yeah. Good question. What do you think would be the next rights, or do you think that we're actually on the cusp of it ourselves, where we go
Dolphins.
individual rights?
Well,
No,
I
dolphins
think
already
I think
have
we're that guy.
rights in India.
I'm being serious here. Well,
Dolphins in the country of India
yeah, they also have
rights.
Yeah,
yeah, they have cow rights as
there's-
well.
But that's a religious
No,
thing.
that's a religious thing.
So
The dolphin, it's a legal thing. Fucking Google dolphins person India.
and talk to me about what is actually.
Well, I forget the specifics, but dolphins have legal rights in India as some type of non-human person, I think is what it's called.
No, India did not just grant dolphins the status of humans. Is the first thing that comes up on Google.
Snopes says no.
This isn't Snopes. This is IO9.
Most of the listeners are probably already aware that I'm a huge Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy fan, and of course, the second smartest creature on the planet, according to Douglas Adams,
Or
Our
dolphins.
dolphins.
So long. Thanks for all
and
the fish.
we are only
Third.
We're only the third.
Maybe further down the line. Actually,
yeah,
that's
exactly.
Just
There might be some creatures that we're not even aware of.
the
So
best
yeah, it
laid
looks like
plans of
India.
mice.
And I'm not reading any of this unless you catch something in the. Do you catch anything, Daryl?
Hold on.
It
so,
didn't happen.
Well, hold on. Let me do a search here for.
Article isn't that
Yeah.
long.
So it says the probable cause for the legal personhood confusion stems from a misreading of a government statement claiming that, and this is only in part, dolphins should be seen as non-human persons and as such should have their own specific rights.
This is kind of like the monkey that took a selfie.
Took a selfie. What?
Yeah, there was a monkey recently
Oh,
that took a
yeah.
selfie, and now there's like some legal battle over who
Yes.
actually owns the selfie picture.
The picture got put up on the Wikimedia Foundation's website, like the Wiki Commons, and the guy who owned the camera, the guy that owned the camera, filed a lawsuit claiming to own the photo. But the Wikimedia Foundation says, no,
The monkey
you did
owns
not
it.
take the picture. The monkey did. The monkey owns the photo. The monkey needs to file a complaint if the monkey wants the picture taken down.
No, we need to find a translator for people who speak monkey.
That's a great picture too.
Yeah.
If you ever go into Cheshire TV, on the coffee table there in the waiting room is a monkey book, and it's nothing but like monkey portraits.
And none of them were selfies because that's how they ended up being published.
None of them are selfies. They're all been taken by a
Kim
professional
Kardashian published a book
photographer.
of selfies, and it probably looks very similar to this. Only imagine the monkey doing a duck face.
Oh, God.
That's pretty funny. That's good stuff right there.
Are you going to be okay?
That's horrible. I just got the visual in my head of the monkey with the duck face. Sorry. Oh, and imagination's a bad thing.
Let's see, margays. I don't even know what a margay is.
It's an ocelot.
Same thing as
cat.
a tree ocelot,
It's
basically.
a nocturnal cat from southern Mexico.
There you go.
Margays, which are sometimes known as tree ocelots. Thank you very much, Matt Roach, General Roachfield, are nocturnal cats from southern Mexico down to South America. Their method is particularly horrible because of how it exploits the good nature of the prey. It has been discovered in recent years that the margays hunt by mimicking the sound of baby monkeys in distress. Seriously, although scientists have described the imitation as not being very good, it seems to be fairly effective to dumb fucking monkeys. The margay hides and then makes a screeching sound that sounds like a baby tamarin that has been injured. An adult tamarin, desperately seeking to rescue the youngster, is then eaten by the margay. No good deed goes unpunished, especially in the wild, but hey, at least it's not more rape, right? So this is exactly what I was talking about. This actually serves a purpose. They're not being evil.
Right.
They're getting a fucking meal, and you could say the same thing about a goddamn duck hunter who's out there making duck mating calls.
That's right.
Yeah, so it's the same, or the same thing with the deer, or the elk, or the whatever mating calls they make. You got a special whistle for that shit. So I mean, is that evil? So
I don't know, but what's fucking hilarious is the video of the guy that doused himself in deer piss
And got attacked.
then went out and got his ass kicked by a fucking deer. And he told his girlfriend, like, don't stop filming no matter what happens.
Wait, I thought that was the grizzly bear guy. They never saw the last video where they got eaten.
No, because the cover never got pulled off of the camera.
Oh,
He got eaten?
Yeah, oh
died?
yeah.
The
He and his
grizzly-
girlfriend.
Grizzly
They
man?
both died?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I don't know why I didn't hear the story.
The craziest part about that 2-hour documentary was that you didn't know until the last 10 minutes
I
of the
fucking
show.
knew before I watched it.
I didn't know.
That's really sad.
But the whole movie, the whole documentary, I was like, yeah, this guy's gonna get eaten, or he's gonna get maimed, or something's gonna happen to this guy. And sure enough, the last 10 minutes, sorry guys, yeah, he's a dumb fuck, and he got eaten by bears.
Hold on. I'm going to do another spoiler. Any of the hunting for Bigfoot documentaries or the hunting for the Loch Ness Monster, they never find it. So you can save your time.
Unless Geraldo Rivera is the one doing it.
He'll figure it out.
No.
You put a nice Latin spin on
remember
it.
when Geraldo did the thing like opening up Al Capone's vault?
That's
and
what
there
I'm
was
referring to, exactly.
Nothing fucking in there.
Yeah.
And then Weird Al in the movie UHF made fun of it. We're going to go open up Al Capone's fucking glove box on his car.
Oh, I didn't see that. That's funny. That sounds funny. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm just going to get real here on the show from here on out.
Oh God. You just ruined the whole show. I just ruined the whole
At least it wasn't wit.
I've got the documents.
I've already played Bieber.
Tell me you've got the. I've got the.
That's him.
That's him too. Oh my God! You ruined it twice. You need to get the one, the drop with the. We've got the documents or whatever he says.
Hold on. Here's what we really need.
We have the technology.
The
I
Clockwork
know.
Elves, all of it. I shouldn't even get into it.
We have the documents. Would be a good one though. To work.
I know that Wit, aka James in Arizona, probably listens to this show because he listens to everything on LRN.
Uh-huh.
So maybe he's hearing this, maybe not. I'm not really sure how the loop goes with the weekly podcast. But he should call in to the voicemail line.
I tell you
and
what, I
leave
need
a voicemail.
I was considering setting up the Skype for this show, but I don't know how that. I don't know how that would work.
No.
I think it would be too interrupting. I think it would just
It
kind of.
would.
It would just kind of the whole flow. It's not Free Talk Live.
I can't imagine the show getting any more interrupting.
You need an engineer. At that point, you'd have to get an engineer.
Steve, he needs to hire Z-Rad.
Z-Rad come in and be an engineer.
Z-Rad is an engineer.
I need someone controlling the cameras. It looks like this one moved a little bit.
Yeah.
Are you? No, you're just leaning forward.
Yeah,
I'm just
no,
leaning forward.
no, Matt just really wants to make sure
Sorry.
he's in
The
the,
whole,
shot.
the symmetry is all fucked now.
Now who has bad posture?
Did you know that
Yeah.
brown bears are a lot like humans?
No.
Because they wipe their ass in the woods with rabbits.
I was just going to say that.
Because
What?
according
It's
to
an old joke.
IFL Science,
It's a
brown bears
it's a joke.
enjoy oral
Oh.
sex.
Yeah. So, anyways, the
So moving on.
no, the,
Anyway, so otter rape. Let's
the bear.
go back to that.
Yeah.
The bear is in the woods. That's where he lives. He's taking a shit, and a rabbit hops by. He's like, "Hey, Mr. Bear, do you have a problem with the dingleberries sticking to your ass when you take a shit?" And the bear's like, "Nope." And he picks the rabbit up and he wipes his ass with them.
Is that what that was referring
Yes.
to?
Yes.
I apparently have not been included in that cultural
Well, now you
bit
know.
of interest.
Dingleberries do not stick to bear asses. They got rabbit.
No.
They got rabbits.
No, the
for that.
rabbit, the bear was taking a shit, and he stopped the rabbit that was hopping by, and he said, "Mr. Rabbit, do you have a problem with dingleberries sticking to your ass when you take a shit?" The rabbit said, "No," so he picked up the rabbit and wiped his ass.
Where did this come from?
It's an old joke.
It's a
It's
joke.
just a joke.
Definitely. So there's more than one
The
way to tell
bear
a joke.
wiped his ass with the rabbit.
No, I got that.
Okay.
I just am wondering where it came from.
The
question.
Secret
Just
Island
a-
of Joke Writers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Family Guy.
Which I am probably.
It must be an
the-
old one because I heard an old version of that, which is I think I told it the way that I heard it.
You told it completely wrong.
You totally did.
Why was my way wrong?
Because a rabbit can't pick up a bear and wipe its ass with a bear.
No,
The
he
bear
didn't
picked
say
the
it that
rabbit
way.
up.
The only thing that
the rabbit asked the bear. The bear.
Yeah.
the
No,
rabbit
he
was,
said it
the
right.
Rabbit, the
The
rabbit
only
was
thing
being
that-
a joker.
yeah, the only
He was
thing that
being
was
an
different was
asshole.
who approached who.
The bear is sitting there squatting, and the rabbit's like, "Hey, Mr. Bear,
Totally got it.
you ever have a problem with dingleberries sticking to your ass?" And the bear's like, "Nope." And he picked the rabbit up and he wiped his ass with him.
Yeah, which it could be told both ways.
Yeah, see?
It's funnier the way Matt told it.
Yeah, it was. I did like Matt's
like it
way
better,
better.
by the way.
I think
I don't think
I'm
it-
sorry, General Roachfield said it.
I'm totally calling you that from now on.
I want a uniform.
I'm gonna actually.
I want like a Borat.
That's your next Christmas present.
What was the Sacha Baron Cohen movie where he was like the dictator? Oh, I think it was the dictator.
Dictator,
wasn't
yeah.
it? Was that?
Yeah, something like that.
Never saw
Or
it.
was that Charlie Chaplin, the dictator?
Yeah, he did too.
He did a dictator's one. We did was a little speech.
Right. What was the one with Sacha Baron Cohen? Now, where the
I don't know.
This music was playing. I know that. Fuck, I didn't watch it. I know that.
I don't know.
I know the redheaded star was in it. No. I'm sorry. The Megan Fox was in it, and she was.
Megan Fox, is that your sister?
He was
Matt
paying her
Fox?
diamonds to
Yes.
sleep with him or something. I never watched that one. And they got low stars
No.
too. I'll probably just skip it.
I never really watch movies. Matt can tell you.
Well,
that.
these are the Sacha Cohen movies are really hard to watch.
Borat was pretty funny. Bruno was. I wasted $1.88 buying that out of the fucking bargain bin at Big Lots. And
He
I
was
wasted
really
2
good
fucking
in
hours
Les
watching
Miserables.
it.
Sasha Cohen was it? Oh, he was the inspector.
Yeah, it was the dictator.
No, he was not. He was the Thenardier.
He was pretty funny in Talladega Nights,
I didn't see that.
where he played the gay French race car driver.
It just looks like a.
Looks like the fucking Unabomber met fucking Osama
Yeah,
bin
but
Laden.
you can't see the fashion, which is the important part. Unless
Yeah, you can see
it's
it.
too glary.
Yeah.
Les Miserables.
Yes.
Less
he
miserable.
was. He was Thenardier.
I did not know. So this one where they were singing just now.
You also
Yeah.
spelled
updated
such a
I know.
incorrectly.
I fucking
Yeah, and he was in it with what's her name? The awesome actress with the super curly black hair.
I don't know, but if homie would have clicked on
Helena
the
Bonham
fucking-
Carter.
Helene Bonham Carter.
God, I love
That's
her.
right.
Never heard of her.
right there with her
Stop.
They
Marla from Fight
did
Club.
So amazing.
Tim Burton's wife.
Yeah. Tim
Oh,
Burton's
they don't
wife.
have one where they actually show them dancing. They're so good. This is not it.
Look at him, all
No, but it's
porky.
really.
He's kind of
where's-
an ass. She's awesome though.
No, they were really good in the movie though.
So I haven't seen this yet,
These are still photos.
good.
but I have seen like every other Les Miserables.
Okay,
that's
no,
been-
I'm a huge Les Mis fan, and can I just tell you that the
This is the one?
characters. Hold on, the characters from the musical that I really liked, Fantine and Eponine, sucked in the movie, but the other characters were awesome, and the movie was closer to the book than the musical, which I love the book, so I love Victor Hugo,
Who the hell is Victor Hugo?
the guy who wrote Les Mis.
Isn't that Agent Smith from
No, no.
Matrix?
He didn't write any poetry, Matt. You should probably read him.
It's from Transformers.
Well,
It's too bad that you can't actually see him acting.
That was Hugo Weavering.
We'll have to watch it, Conan. We should watch
I
it.
will
Right,
go
right.
ahead and download this
He
evening.
also
I will
was,
watch it again. We should
in
watch
V
it.
for Vendetta.
It's
You know, there was something
Right.
you actually. I think the last time you were on, you told me to watch something, and I downloaded.
That's because we have similar taste, and you like are totally slacking in your cultural department.
Well, you know what? Yeah.
Yeah, but Conan
Yeah.
loves Hitchhiker's Guide too. So I'd
And-
say he's closer to me than you.
Nope, he loves Maynard.
Ooh, you're gonna.
I like Maynard
You're
too.
gonna fight over me?
Yep.
Nope.
Yeah.
Matt and I fight over whatever we can fight.
I saw a picture of Maynard standing right behind the South Park boys. He was in South Park form.
That's
and,
awesome.
And the
I didn't
big,
see that
and
one.
it was like the question was: is this an upcoming episode that's coming up, or
It's so awesome.
did someone manipulate some, some pictures together and make this happen?
I'm still
I would-
sure
I
what
would love-
Maynard is.
Maynard is a thing. It's a way of life.
Maynard, lead singer Tool. Maynard King.
And other
and a
things.
perfect circle.
And a perfect circle.
And
Pussifer.
Pussifer.
What?
And the
Just got a
middle
plug.
name for John Maynard
Can
Keynes.
you plug that in?
So,
$5?
so did we cover everything? All these animals that are just horrible, horrible, wretched. They're just like humans.
They're horrible.
Horrible, nasty.
You should never be an animal.
folks. Guys, thanks for being on, man.
Thank you.
Our pleasure.
Thank
This
you for
is
having us. It was fun
yes, very fun, very lively.
and
love Black
kind of
Sheep Rising.
serious this time.
Yeah, we talked about more political stuff.
We did.
You know, and I've gotten differing messages from the folks. They're like, "Hey, you guys are too political. You're guys like for me, I'm
You're
not
barely
fucking-
political
I'm,
at all."
I'm not fucking smart enough to talk about all that stuff. That's what Molyneux and
That's
fucking
right.
all those guys.
Fuck
That's
Molyneux.
what they're
Stefan
for.
Malinews.
That's what
He's
they're.
my favorite person.
That's what they're for.
Yeah.
I can't keep up with all that because I work a full time job,
That's
and
right.
So some people have said you should break it down. You should be more secular. You should cover silliness and odd events and roof
Yeah.
Koreans and the whole nine because
Which we
that's what
did.
But
We can't hide the fact that we're libertarians.
we can't hide that part.
Nope.
And I
So,
really
I'm
want
so-
some roof Koreans.
But I mean,
Why don't you be your own roof Korean,
sometimes
Matt?
I already am my own roof Korean, but I don't have enough time in the day to be a full-time roof
No,
Korean.
hold
You have to
on,
do
hold
other
on.
things.
Matt, you're missing a couple of syllables there. You want to roofie some Korean.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, that's funny. Except Kung Fu isn't Korean.
So yeah, sometimes
Good.
we're like doing some political stuff here in
racist.
Keene. We're talking about courts, or we're talking about running for office or something.
Right.
And I think we kind of lose the folks. I think we've done that before. I think the show has done it before.
Yeah.
where we've gone overboard. We've gotten too serious. We talked about
Hyper local.
We've talking about hyper local shit that just does not translate well.
My
And-
Market Basket was kind of losing me, and I actually live here.
For real?
Well, Market Basket's a New Hampshire only grocery store.
Massachusetts.
So we cater to the Massachusetts and Maine.
I think it's actually
Yeah, but we
in
only talked about it for 2 minutes. And it was
I'm from
regional.
upstate New York, 4 hours from here. I never heard of Market Basket until I moved here.
I think that was important. I think that's something we should have covered.
It's a
because,
regional thing.
Yeah, it's it's a grocery store
Most
with like
grocery
70
stores are
grocery
regional.
stores.
So yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Get on the Facebook page and join the conversation. Tell us what you think. Tell us the types of things you want to hear more of. Because I'm not going anywhere.
I like the fact that people can see what we're watching now, though, because the first 2 times that I was here, it was just us, and then you couldn't see like what we were talking about. Like
The video of us.
No, the videos that we're watching.
Oh, what? Of course. How long ago were you on?
Hold on.
was a while ago.
She's saying she likes that it's being live streamed.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all.
No, she didn't say
No, because I think the first 2 times that I was here, the video was just of us, and you were like looking at the screen, but you couldn't see what it was.
We were
actually-
talking about a blowed up whale. We watched
Right.
that video.
We did,
It was fun.
but
Oh,
you
but
couldn't
pe-
see it.
Yeah, but we weren't live streaming.
Oh, you can only do that when you're live.
We've only been
streaming.
live streaming for 4 episodes.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So the first episode, it was only us.
Right.
Until I finally figured out how to get this video so the people who are watching the live stream can actually
Right.
watch what's going on.
That's cool.
And we can see chat and the whole 9. So I think
And Carlos Morales.
they can they can
I've
hear
never met him
Cool.
before.
He's
they
awesome.
can hear, they can hear the,
Handsome double.
they can hear
He's
the drops
awesome.
as well. So right now it's fucking every week I get a little better at this shit. So by the 100th episode, I want to fucking I want to turn this into something.
Dominate.
I want to turn this into something.
It
I think
is.
you deserve a
You
popular
already have-
award, like a what is it, a Grammy or something?
You
like that?
have worked hard at this. It's awesome. Carlos Morales is awesome, and I'm just gonna tell you that I think he's one of the coolest people in the liberty movement right
Crush
now.
your enemies. See them
he's-
driven before you. They hear the lamentation of their women.
Carlos is pretty cool, but there's a picture of him right there.
Yeah, I don't like that
with,
picture at all.
Kokesh with his arm around him, so I think he just got slightly
I think that
less
everybody
cool, but he might be able
I
to take a
think
shower
everybody-
and wash it off.
You probably like the one when he's looking all mean and surus.
No, he always looks serious because he carries around a lot of crap. I think everybody gives him a hug, though. I don't think he can escape.
I've
it.
only ever seen him smile. That was the first time I've ever seen him looking like he.
Oh,
wants to-
really? I've
I don't
seen him
think
on the
I've
verge
ever
of tears.
gave
I've
him a
hardly ever
hug.
seen him smile.
Like he wants to punch. And I don't have a serious drop.
Serious. It's like serious night. Hurry quick! Somebody say a joke.
I don't have a serious drop.
What do you say to a woman?
I got that one.
What do you say to a woman with 2 black eyes?
Jesus.
Nothing. You already told her twice.
Obviously, she can't listen the first time.
So yeah, thanks for being on. I hope you guys can. I know you live way out in the woods and it's hard to get out here, but good.
I'm out here like every day.
You guys are,
All
Yes.
oh, and by the
done.
way, I'm so sorry. The other day when you dropped my tripod off,
You were sleeping.
I was sleeping. That's why I didn't get back to you. And I knew you told me, but it was like 2 days.
I just
before, and-
couldn't remember how to get to your house.
Yeah, I felt so.
But I figured it out.
I felt so bad about
Hey,
that.
Matt.
Yo,
Some words of advice.
What?
If Katie ever pulls a knife on you, pull out some bread and some mayonnaise. The woman skills will kick in. She'll make you a sandwich.
ba-boom, boom.
He cannot pick up a knife to
Yeah.
cut a steak. 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 To
Yeah.
cut a steak.
Daryl is now Max Hedges' cousin.
I love it.
Oh yeah. So hey, get on the Facebook, give it a like. Go to blacksheeprising.org
Do
and
it.
get all of the episodes, but don't start with episode 1. Work your way back. Episode
Start
1.
with episode 0. It was the first one.
Don't start with episode 0. It sucks. I mean,
And
it's good.
so do you, but only if guys pay ya.
Jesus.
Because he needs the money.
No, it's good if you listen to it backwards and follow the evolution backwards. Guys, thanks for watching. Guys, thanks for being on. People, thanks for watching and are listening. And we're going to see you next week at the same
Ooh.
fucking time.
Who do you have
Live
next
streaming
week?
it. Live stream.
Yeah, who's your guest going to be next week?
Next stream is next stream. Next week is the 9/11
Oh, truth.
Truther episode.
How the fuck
Oh my
is
God!
next
Can I
week?
please be on that episode? Who's going to be here?
Joe Shauna Repshire. It's already
Hold on.
it's already
Joe?
full. Joe is Joseph
Mirzoff.
Mirzoff. The
I don't.
Hold on. So why is next week the 9/11 edition when next week is fucking August 24th?
I know it's not the week before the 9/11. It's actually 2 weeks before, but these episodes have a tendency to get out a week late.
Oh,
no, not a week late, but like 4 days late.
Uh-huh.
Yes, it's a little early, but it will make sense. It's a goddamn.
It's not gonna fucking make sense.
It's a recorded thing. No, it will make sense. So when you're gonna hear this episode, you're gonna have a whole fucking week to do shit about it. You're gonna hear it. You're gonna get fucking riled up, and then you're gonna be protesting out in the streets of Keene, the goddamn Central Square.
As if
And
she
then-
doesn't have enough
hold
of
on.
that.
And then even if Barack Obama fucking holds a press conference and says, "Yep, we were behind it," the fucking Patriot Act's not getting fucking repealed. They're not gonna like uninvade Iraq and Afghanistan. Millions of people don't fucking come back to life that were killed.
You didn't build that.
Doesn't make
Somebody
any fucking
else
difference
made that happen.
whether the fucking government admits they did it or not.
I just want a conspiracy to come true, and this is one that is fucking goddamn. It's so real. I just want it to be proven within someone's generation, within someone's lifetime. I don't want to find out 40 years later that this shit took place.
Or never find out.
well, I mean,
because
I
it's
just-
after
I-
you
we-
left.
all I ask is
we
that-
always find out when it's history and it doesn't matter anymore. And everyone's like, no, the government would never do that. They might have done it 50 years ago, but they would
No, the
never
government's
do that to
not-
us.
No, it's not that the government wouldn't do that. The government isn't capable of that. They're not capable of anything.
Or they're not smart
They're not
enough to
smart
do it.
enough to do that.
And by the way, I don't believe the American government did it. I think the powerful elites did it.
Sure.
They might have had.
It's not that hard to do it, even to get government involvement. You just tell people, like, what, a missile hit the Pentagon? Well, you have some kid in a boat out at sea who launches a Tomahawk in a training exercise, and it just happens to be guided at the Pentagon instead of wherever he thought he sent it.
That isn't how the world works, pal.
Doesn't even know what he did. He just fucking
Admit
pushed the
you're
button.
stoned. How much pot are you smoking right now?
I'll get that one. I don't have the documents. That definitely sounds like a good one. Oh fuck! So you want to be on next week too?
Well, I can't. We got a full house.
I only have 4 mics. I need a splitter.
Hold on.
I need a splitter.
Matt doesn't need a mic. He's loud enough.
I will
by
rent you
himself.
one of my microphones for $10.
I only have 4 inputs, so I would have to need I would need a splitter. How the fuck would I do that? I don't think I could do it. You have a splitter?
I've got a mixer.
Matt, stay in touch. I'll see
All
what
right.
I can do. Maybe we can get a fifth
Right on.
mic on, and we can see what happens.
I'll be here for the 9/11 episode.
Truth
on
the
8/24.
trooper.
That was my 9/11 truth
his-
was my entry to this.
That's what he cut his teeth on.
Oh wow!
No, that's not really what
all
I
right,
cut.
you know what? All right, maybe I might have to drop someone
Okay.
to get you on.
I hope they don't mind.
Well, it's.
If anybody gets mad, just so I don't care. I can live without.
I won't tell them it's you.
Matt doesn't care if people get mad. He really doesn't.
There ought to be a law.
Oh fucking shit,
And on that note,
guys. Goodbye.
Toodles.
bye.
Ciao.
Okay, so I've got a question about your St. Paul girl poster over there.
Uh-huh.
Whose face is on that?
His name is right there next to him.
That doesn't look like Kurt Cobain. That looks like one of those weird fucking YouTube
That's
people
totally
that plays
Kurt
video
Cobain.
games.
That is totally Kurt Cobain.
Somebody gave me the idea a couple days ago to come in and hack all of your soundboard things, where I load in my own clips, but then name them things that you think they are, so that when you click on it, it just totally fucks with your brain.
You realize I've been working on those drops for 66 fucking episodes. There's no
Yeah.
way you could fucking no way it's happened. Give me some more time. Here I am. I'm
It's technically 10 minutes to showtime, so
oh for real. Oh yeah. Fuck that, man. Why am I hustling?
you're early. Dude.
Because if you don't, then it'll be 8:47, and you're like, all right, so let's go ahead and get started here.
That's why I'm turning you down.
I'm glad Daryl brought all these cherry sours for everybody to share.